Hi guys, welcome back to another class. My name is Hales if we haven't met. Today we're doing a 40-minute power yoga class, really focusing in on the abdominals, on the core. As always, if you've taken a class with me before, there is a playlist linked in the description box below. You can go ahead and queue that up on either a separate browser, manually adjusting the volume in your different browsers, or just play it off a separate device. Of course, you're more than welcome to play your own music or skip the music altogether. So you guys can go ahead and get that music set up, and then making sure you're not on shuffle, we're all gonna press play on that first song in 3, in 2, in 1. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. If you practice with me a lot, you'll already know this. You are always welcome to start your class in any shape, any pose, any position that you'd like. So maybe for you, this looks like laying on your back. Maybe it's starting in that tall, comfortable seat. It could be a child's pose. Whatever works for you works for me. And then if you feel safe, if you feel comfortable, can you go ahead and close your eyes? And I know this is a power class. Why are we starting it slow? We're starting it slow because sometimes to speed up, we first have to slow down. Sometimes to accelerate, we need to start from a stop. As a lot of people say, even the fastest runners in the world, they'll still walk sometimes during their workout. So get comfortable, get grounded. I promise we'll sweat, I promise we'll move. But here's your opportunity to really connect in with yourself. Let's use a few breaths to really ground, to really connect. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Big exhale, you're gonna go ahead and let it go. Yeah, we'll do 2 more like this. So take a big inhale, can you really expand up through the belly, through the lungs? And a big exhale, can you let it go? 1 more like this. Take a nice big inhale, fill up. Beautiful, big full exhale, go ahead, let it go. From here, you can open your eyes if they're closed. You have a couple of breaths. We're gonna make our way to hands and knees to a tabletop position. Starting off my favorite, just a few rounds of cat and cow, creating some space through the back, warming up through the core. So you're gonna inhale to drop your belly, lifting your chest, lifting your tail. Yeah, and then you're gonna exhale, you're gonna press your spine up towards the ceiling. Let's do 2 more like this. You're gonna take an inhale to drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. And then exhale, press your spine up towards the ceiling. Yeah, 1 more like this. Take an inhale, drop the belly, really rolling those shoulders back, lift up through the collarbones, through the chest. And then exhale, big release of that air, press your spine up towards the ceiling. Good, at the end of that breath cycle, you're gonna come back to that neutral tabletop, so your spine's gonna come nice and long. And then we're just gonna set, we're just gonna warm up through the core right away. So I want you to take a feel of that low back. Now, we're finding a halfway position between that cat and cow position we just did. So I want that low back nice and flat, like you could balance the drink you're gonna have after this right on that back. From here, can you draw your abdomen up and in so that core is tightening? You're almost preparing for someone to poke you in the stomach. Your core is on. From here, nice and slow, you're gonna slowly start to extend that right leg straight back behind you. Good, can you recheck the back? Can you drop that right hip? Pull the belly up and in. Feeling stable here. Maybe, only maybe, you lengthen that opposite arm, that left arm forward. So we've got our left hand reaching, our right foot reaching. Then we're gonna hold and breathe. What does it feel just to hold here? Can you keep hugging your abdomen up and in? Yeah, we'll start to move this. We're just warming up, we're just waking up. Take a nice big inhale, find some length. Exhale, you're gonna guide your elbow to your knee. As you inhale to unravel, I don't want you to arch that back. I want you to keep that core controlled, nice and strong. Beautiful, exhale, squeeze. Yes, beautiful, you're in that nice long line. Do not arch that back. Good, last one, you're gonna exhale to squeeze. Inhale, you're gonna open it out. And then exhale, slowly release that hand down, that knee down. Good, you can take a little wiggle of the hips, a little wiggle of the shoulders, release that tension. And then we're gonna go other side. So you're gonna slowly start to lengthen that left leg. Now check in, is your spine halfway between a cat and a cow? Can you hug your abs up and in? If you feel good, maybe you get lighter on those right fingers. Maybe you extend that right arm all together. And good, you guys, we're gonna hold here 3 breaths. So keep slightly adjusting. Can you roll that left hip down? Can you pick that right hip up a little bit more? Can you lengthen out through the crown of your head? Gorgeous. Let's start to move this. This is gonna be your inhale. With the exhale, you're either bringing your knee into the chest or knee to elbow. And good, take an inhale without losing the core connection. Lengthen your leg, your arm. And good, exhale, squeeze it in. We're gonna go one more time. Take an inhale, really lengthen, find that space. Exhale, connect to the core, hug it in. One more time, take an inhale, lengthen. Good, exhale, you're gonna drop the knee down, the hand down. So you're gonna come back to that tabletop position. We're gonna get off our wrists in just a second, I promise you guys. From here, you're gonna tuck those 10 toes under. You're gonna bring those hips up high towards the ceiling. Your first downward facing dog of the day. Yeah, can you start to widen out that space underneath the armpits? Good, then can you drop those heels down towards the floor a little bit more, find more length through the back of the legs, that's it. Really nice, take a nice big inhale. Big full exhale. One more like this, inhale, breathe into the back part of the rib cage. Exhale, can you feel the back of the legs grow longer? We're gonna start to move this. You're gonna inhale, you're gonna start to lengthen that right leg up towards the ceiling, 3-legged dog. We're getting that core going with that exhale. You're gonna crunch squeeze, give me right knee, left elbow, yes. And good, 2 more. Take an inhale, you're gonna lengthen through the toes. Good, exhale, crunch opposite knee, opposite elbow. One more time, take an inhale, lengthen. Good, exhale, opposite knee, opposite elbow. Good, take an inhale, lengthen all the way up towards the ceiling. This time, with that exhale, you're taking that right foot all the way forward between the hands. Beautiful, so you're gonna set up for a high lunge. Right foot is forward between the hands. When you're ready, you're taking those arms up overhead. So you've got a beautiful high lunge. Before we start to move this, take a second and get yourself here. Can you slightly tuck the tailbone under? So more length through that low back. As you take that arch out of the low back, notice if you start to feel more through the front of that hip flexor. Gorgeous, once you're stable, once you're set up here, we're gonna take an inhale, you're gonna lengthen your legs, lengthen your arms. A little combo move. As you exhale, you're dropping your left knee towards the floor as you twist your upper body, your core, towards that side of that front leg. Good, take an inhale, lengthen it up. We'll do it again. Exhale, you're twisting to the right, pull the elbows down, pull the knee down. Good, you've got 3 more chances to nail this. Take an inhale, take that beautiful reach. Good, exhale, connect to those obliques, twist, squeeze. 2 more, breathe it in. That's it, you guys, breathe it out. 1 more, take an inhale. And good, take an exhale, twist, come down to the bottom. And good, you're gonna take an inhale, come all the way back through center, open this up. And good, exhale, press down through the palms, you're framing that front foot. And good, from here, take a nice big inhale. With your exhale, you're gonna slowly start to pull those hips up towards the ceiling, but both legs are gonna come to straight. We're just gonna hamstring stretch just for a couple seconds. And good, make sure you're breathing. That is the most important part of this class. I want you to push hard. I want that core temperature to get warm, those abs to work. But I want you to breathe. I want you to stay present first and foremost. Yeah, 1 more inhale here. Good, exhale, stay with it. Next inhale, you're gonna bend back through that right knee, that front knee. Go ahead, press down through the palms. Right foot's gonna step back to meet the left. You're gonna find that downward facing dog. Good, now in downward facing dog, if you have a vinyasa, a flow practice, you wanna take it here, you do that. Otherwise, you just stay in downward facing dog, couple cycles of breath. All right, meeting us back in down dog. When you're ready, we're going the other side. You're gonna inhale, lengthen that left leg. Here we go. Exhale, we're going opposite oblique, left knee, right elbow, squeeze. Good, take an inhale, you're gonna lengthen it up, lift. Exhale, squeeze, knee to elbow. Here we go, 1 more time. Take an inhale, lift, squeeze the heel. Gorgeous, exhale, knee to elbow. And this time, take an inhale, lift. Exhale, take that left foot all the way forward between the hands. Good, I'll give you guys a moment to catch up. So left foot's forward between the hands, you're high on those right tippy toes. And then when you're ready, those arms are coming all the way up overhead. Yeah, so you're finding yourself in that high lunge on the left. High lunge on the left, we're gonna add on, but first, we connect to the core even here. So think about slightly crunching through the abdomen. Notice how that tensions, bigger stretch through that right hip flexor. Good, let's move it. Take an inhale, keep the core tight, lengthen through arms, through legs. Exhale, we've got that combo move, so you're dropping down through that right knee as you twist. And good, take an inhale, lengthen everything up towards the ceiling. Exhale, you're going combo move, drop the elbows, drop the knee as you twist to the left. Yeah, and then we do it 3 more times, breathe in. And that's it, exhale, breathe out. And 2 more, inhale. Gorgeous, exhale. Last time, inhale it, exhale it. And good, inhale, make your way back up to that high lunge, hold it. And we're taking those fingertips down to frame your front foot. Good, slowly start to pull those legs to straight, aim your sit bones, your tailbone up towards the ceiling, gentle hamstring stretch. Just get a little bit of length through the back of the legs, give you a moment, catch that breath. Gorgeous, take 1 more inhale. Exhale. From here, slowly start to bend back through that left knee so you can get both palms down. You're stepping your left foot back to meet the right, downward facing dog. And take a nice big inhale. And big full exhale. And then from here, you're gonna pop those knees down. You're gonna shift your weight over onto your tailbone. Take both legs out in front of you. Beautiful, so meeting you there, you're sitting right on your tailbone. You've got both heels planted right in front. From here, I want you to find that slight pulling in of your abdomen, so core is really tight. Like if you touch it with your fingers, you should feel like it's tighter than if you were sitting here totally relaxed. So feel that change in tension. And then from here, we're gonna roll our spine down about halfway. Yeah, from that halfway, we're just gonna hold. From here, you're gonna take an inhale, keep those right fingers forward. You're gonna sweep that left hand back as far as you can. You gotta take an inhale, that left hand is gonna meet the right. And good, exhale as that opposite hand, right hand sweeps back. So we're gonna start to move. We're gonna start to breathe, just 1 hand back. Good, then the other. So it goes 1 hand sweeps back, through center, switch sides. You're gonna try and keep leaning back, your core should be really on. The first few might feel easy. As you start to lean back even more, you're gonna start to feel that core even more. If you start to feel funny in those hip flexors, let those knees roll open towards the sides. You've got it, breathe. Yeah, awesome job. We're gonna go 3 more each side. Stay with me, keep breathing. Resist that urge to sit up, we'll be there in a second. So strong, you guys, you've got 2. I know, stay with me. That's it, you've got 1 more per side. You're gonna go back on that left. Gorgeous, you're gonna go back on that right, hands back through center, hold on to the back of the thighs. You're gonna pull your chest up and through, a little stretch, a little break for the core. And then we're coming right back in. So think about C curving, rounding through the spine. Release those arms forward. Here we go. We're gonna go roll those elbows back, reach them forward. Fingers are gonna come up towards the ceiling and back forward. Here we go, so it goes row, it goes forward, it goes up to the ceiling, it goes down. So moving just like this, you're gonna tug those elbows, squeeze those shoulder blades, keep leaning back, reach those fingers forward. Big intention through the core, take those fingertips up and bring them back down. Here we go, we've got 3, really squeeze those elbows back. Yes, reach them forward, you've got it. Take those fingertips up, feel that little shake through the upper core. Fingers come back down, you're here for 2, squeeze those elbows back. I know, who knew yoga could be so challenging in the core? We're kind of sneaking in a little bit of Pilates here, but don't tell anyone. You're gonna squeeze those elbows back, reach those fingertips forward. Here we go, this time, fingertips come up, meet me here. I know, I can't see you, but I'm right there with you. Reach those fingertips up, you're gonna hold. Can you lean back 1 inch further? Hold those fingertips up for 5. That's it, you guys, so strong, we're almost there. Hold for 3, hold for 2, hold for 1. Take those hands behind the back of the legs, you're gonna lift your chest. Okay, we just got a little bit more, I promise. You're gonna start to roll your spine all the way down towards the floor. And then bring those knees up in towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze for a second. One more push for the core. So those knees are gonna come to a reverse tabletop. So shins are parallel with the ceiling. From here, I want you to think about imprinting or pressing your spine flat onto the mat. So there's no space for your fingers underneath your back. It's pretty firmly pressed there. Now take those fingertips up towards the ceiling. From here, you're gonna slowly start to drop that right heel. Can you not let anything change in the core? Keep pressing that back down. Good switch, go opposite heel. Yeah, you're gonna move like this. So opposite heel taps. Nice and slow, nice and controlled, opposite heel taps. Now as this leg taps down, can you stop your opposite leg from moving in? Beautiful, so lock that steady leg right in place. Do not pull it in towards your chest, make that upper core work harder. Good, option 1, you stay here. Option 2, we add on, it goes opposite hand, opposite heel. And then if you're still feeling really good, maybe it becomes more of a straight leg, less of a bent leg. Good, you're gonna go nice and slow. You're gonna switch, really isolate. Do not let that static arm, that static leg move. So close, you guys. We're gonna go 5 more per side. You've got it, stay with me. Can you keep flattening your low back down towards the floor? I don't want it lifting, I don't want it moving. You've got it, we've got 3 more per side. You're almost done this little core push in 3. I know, are you breathing? Are you smiling? I hope you are. You're here for 2. So good, you guys. Here we go, last one. We've got that last one on that left leg. I know, you've got that last one on the right leg. Hug those knees up in towards the chest. Well done. From here, let's start to rock and roll up and down the length of the spine. And then slowly you're gonna cross at the ankles. When you're ready, you're making your way to hands and knees. You're gonna come to your tabletop position. Good, from that tabletop position, slowly start to walk those knees back just a few more inches. So you're gonna come to a modified high plank on your knees and on your hands. I know, we're not doing any more core, I promise. Slowly start to drop your hips down towards the floor. So you're gonna come into a cobra or an upward facing dog. Instead of dumping into the shoulders, I want you actively squeezing those shoulders back, stretching out through your core, through your abdomen. That should feel pretty juicy after that core work. And then slowly press through those palms, take your hips to meet your heels, a very well-deserved child's pose. Nice big inhale here, friends. And a big full clearing exhale, let something go. We're gonna slowly make our way back to downward facing dog when we're ready. Heels down, hips come high. We're gonna take an inhale, we're gonna start to sweep that right leg up towards the ceiling, 3-legged dog. And this time we're gonna squeeze as we exhale. You're gonna tap your right knee in towards your nose, exhale. Good, take an inhale, feel that hamstring length as you sweep that heel back. Gorgeous, exhale, crunch to the center core, knee to nose. We'll go one more time, take an inhale to reach. Good, you're gonna exhale to squeeze, knee to nose. This time you're gonna hold it here for 5. Okay, you want to get that knee to touch your nose, round your upper spine for 3, for 2, and for 1, lightly step that right foot forward between the hands. From here, that left heel is gonna spin down at a 90-degree angle. So I want your left toes face that long edge of the mat. Then you're gonna windmill your arms up. So you're gonna find yourself in a warrior 2. So all warrior 2 pose means is your front heel, if we drew a line along your mat from that heel, is somewhere along the midline of that back arch. Then those arms are long. Good, I'll give you a moment to sink into ground, find your footing. When you're ready, you're gonna slowly start to take those biceps alongside those ears so those arms can come to kind of an I shape or a little bit wider to a Y. Getting a little bit into those obliques as we strengthen that front leg. You guys are gonna take a nice big inhale, grow longer through the sides of your ribs. And then exhale, can you, like you're holding a beach ball up overhead, can you take it over top of that front leg? Good, inhale, squeezing that side of your waist, you're gonna come back up. Exhale, holding that beach ball, you're gonna take it over that front leg. Good, go for 3, lift, and lower. And that's it for 2, squeeze that left side of your waist, do not lose that bend through the front knee, and lower. One more time, inhale, open it up. And lower. This time you're gonna hold, hold, hold. Slowly start to drop that bottom arm, that right arm down inside that right leg. Keep reaching that left bicep alongside that left ear. So a little bit of length through that whole left side of your waist, stretching it out. And then from here, all that's going to change is you slowly start to lengthen that right leg. So now I've got you in a triangle shape. So triangle shape, you're finding all this nice stretching through those left obliques that we've been working, really lengthening through that right inner thigh as well. Now, if you want a little bit of extra core, you're going to seesaw here. So you're going to lift those left fingertips up a couple inches. You're going to lower them down a couple inches. Yeah, you've got it. We're here for 5. Either holding and breathing or you're a little soft for 3, 2, 1. Slowly windmill your way back to a warrior 2. Take an inhale. Stay for the exhale. Next inhale, you're going to windmill those hands down, framing your front foot. Pressing through your palms, right foot's going to meet the left. You're going to find your downward facing dog. Gorgeous. Let's move on that left side right away. So inhale, sweep that left leg back behind you. This time on the exhale, it's a crunch of your knee right to touch your nose. And 2 more like this, friends. You've got it. Take an inhale, lift the heel. Exhale, crunch knee to nose. 1 more. Take an inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch knee to nose. You're going to hold it here for 5. Hold it here for 4. It's 3, 2, 1. Left foot forward between the hands. Spin your right heel down at a 90-degree angle. You're going to open it up, find warrior 2 on that left side. And so take a moment, drop those shoulders away from the ears, heavy through the pelvis, through the hips. And then we take the arms up overhead. We're almost there, guys. Take a nice big inhale, lengthen through the sides of your waist. Exhale, you're going to hold that beach ball, take it over that left leg. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, tip your beach ball sideways. Beautiful. Take an inhale, come up. Exhale, holding that big ball up overhead, drop it sideways. You've got 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Last time, you're going to squeeze that right side of your waist to lift up. This time, as you lower, you're going to hold here. Good. Keep lengthening through that right side of your waist. You can slowly rest that left hand down, lengthening more through that whole right side of your waist. Little stretch here. Gorgeous. All it's going to change is you're going to start to lengthen your left arm, lengthen your left leg. You're in a triangle pose. Now choosing to hold to stay, or that tiny little seesaw up 2 inches, squeezing that right side of your waist that lifts you down 2 inches. To make it harder, you're not even going to let that left arm touch your left leg. A little lift, a little lower. You've got it. We're breathing here for 5. Wherever you are, you're here for 3 and 2. And for 1, you're going to windmill your way back up, warrior 2. Windmill those hands down, framing your front foot. You're going to find yourself into that lunge. And then step your left foot back to meet the right. Downward facing dog. All right, guys, this is it. We've got 1 more song, The Power of Hard Work. And then we get to slow it down already. We get to stretch it out. So take 1 more big inhale here. Gorgeous. Take a big exhale out. Here we go, last bit of work. You're going to ripple forward. You're going to find a high plank atop of a push-up. Then I want you to come down onto the forearms. I want you to try and tuck your tailbone under a little bit more than you think you need to. And then puff up through the shoulder blades more. So instead of dumping down, you're thinking about my hand is on your shoulder blades, and you're going to press your shoulder blades up to meet my hand. Now option 1, you just hold here. Option 2, we're going to rainbow the hips a little bit over towards that right side. Nice and slow, you come back through center, and then you rainbow them over towards the left. We're going to go 5 more times to each side. If you want to just hold, that's cool. If you're like, this isn't working, you come down onto those knees, you keep that tailbone tucked. You guys have 3 more per side, wherever you're at. And this is it, last 2 per side. So good, you guys, you've got 1 per side. 1 to the left. Good, take those knees down, hips to heels. We're gonna go child's pose. Beautiful. Slowly make your way back up to hands and knees, tabletop. And tucking those toes under, you're going to take those hips up towards the ceiling. And from here, let's take an inhale, sweep that right leg up towards the ceiling. I know, you guys, keep breathing. Exhale, you're going to take that right foot forward between the hands. Keep your left fingertips planted. You're going to open those right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Find a nice big stretch. Opening up through that side of the body, the center core that we've been working so hard. Breathe in and breathe out. Now listening carefully, you're going to press that left palm so strong down underneath that left shoulder. We're going to start to pivot onto the sides of our feet. So you've got your 10 toes now facing that long edge of the mat. I want you to drive down like crazy, really press that floor away so your shoulder is strong. And then can you stack that right foot on top of the left? You've got a side plank hold. I know it might feel a little bit shaky. That's your shoulder getting stronger. You're here for 4. Amazing, you guys are crushing this. You're here for 3. And for 2. And for 1, you're gonna take that right hand down, high plank, top of a push-up. Hips up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. And take your flow or pause here in stillness. 1 breath in. 1 breath out. And then it's that left side. Take an inhale, sweep that left leg high. Let it feel so good. Exhale, take that left foot forward between the hands. Those right fingertips are going to stay down. You're going to open those left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Find a nice big twist. And building on this, you're going to press down. That right palm's going to come down right underneath that right shoulder. And then really find this active pushing away, like you're going to push your whole body higher towards the ceiling because that shoulder is strong, it's stable. Now you roll onto the outside edges of those feet, and then your left foot's going to stack right on top of your right. You're going to hold that side plank 5 breaths. I know it might feel shaky, it might feel challenging. We've worked those shoulders, those core a lot. We're almost there. It's 3. It's 2. It's 1. Make your way to a high plank. This is it, you guys, your final hold. And stay with me. You're ready? You're either going to hold 30 seconds, or if you want that final push, that final challenge, you're going to start to run it out. You're going to go mountain climbers. It's less than 30 seconds. Go knee to opposite elbow. Go drive, push. You're there in 10, in 9, in 8, in 7. This is it. Let's go home. You're there in 5, 4, in 3, 2, and 1. Drop your knees. You're going to go hips to heels and child's pose. Let your head be heavy. Let it go. So this is where we finally get to move slowly and flow freely and stretch it out. So calming that nervous system down, calming that heart rate down is just the last few minutes. So you take your time in child's pose. If you need that sip of water, whatever you need. If you are ready to move on, you're going to make your way up to hands and knees, that tabletop position. Then I just want you to do a few really easy, really comfortable cycles of cat and cow. Just working out any little cricks, any places of tension. Then any of those spots of tension you might find, you're just going to make a mental note for next time you work your core, just to pay a little bit more attention to that area of the body, give it a little bit more mental support. Then when you're ready, you're going to make your way up to a downward facing dog. This time on our downward facing dog, as you sweep that right leg up towards the ceiling, you're going to find a nice deep bend of that right knee. So you're going to open up that hip. That should feel really juicy, really good. And then if you want to add on, only if, you can draw some nice big circles with that right leg. One direction, then the other, just opening it up. Slowly, you're going to start to bring that right shin towards the top of the mat whenever you're ready. So you're going to start to land yourself into a pigeon shape. So right shin's going to come forward, your left leg's going to come back. If you're here, I want you to see if you can grow lighter on those fingers, just finding a little bit of a front body stretch. When we work core, we tend to crunch forward. So take this as your opportunity to stretch back. And once you've found a few breaths lengthening, counter posing, then you can start to take it forward, getting a little bit deeper. This is meant to be felt in that right glute, that right hamstring. I always say in stretches, you're always going to feel it wherever you're tightest. So it can vary. The only reason I would want you to come out of this is if it's painful in one of your joints. So if it's really painful in the knee, ankle, or hip socket, then I want you to take a variation, an option of thread the needle either on your butt or on your back. My friends, in your pigeon or whatever pose you've landed in, you've got 5 more breaths to start to breathe, so start to slow this down. And then I want you to notice if it feels a little bit easier to drop in than when I asked you to close your eyes and breathe at the beginning of class. I know I'm right there with you guys, that sometimes I feel like I need to physically break things down before I'm able to mentally break things down. And if that's you, if you need to push and to give it all you've got before you can calm down, know that you're with good company, but know that it doesn't always have to be like that. Know that you can find peace, you can find serenity. Know that you can just be calm. It doesn't always have to be a calm after a storm. And take one more inhale, guys. And then exhale. When you're ready, you're going to slowly make your way back to downward facing dog. Get in downward facing dog. You can pedal out those legs, take whatever adjustments you need. Then we're going to take that left leg up towards the ceiling, 3 like a dog, deeply bending that left knee. Then just drawing some nice big circles. You might feel this all the way up to that left oblique, just depending on where your restrictions are in your body. Feel free to take a few circles the opposite direction if that serves you. Then eventually we're going to take that left shin, so it's going to land behind your wrists. And that right leg is going to come long back behind you. And just take a moment to ground. As we did last time, I'll offer you guys just to arch your back a little bit. Just kind of opening up, stretching up through the core. If you're really stable here, of course, you can go arms up overhead. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to take yourself forward, coming into that cooling, restful shape. You're here for 5 easy breaths. And slowly settling into your calm. And grounding, collecting. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. And then another one. Big inhale. Big exhale. You're going to slowly start to shift your weight over onto that left hip. I want you to bring both of your legs out in front. Now you can sit cross-legged, you can take your legs out long, maybe a straddle position. Wherever you are, I want you to sit up nice and tall. You're going to take those right fingertips off towards the side of your body. And then let's take those left fingertips, we're going to reach up and over as much as you can, side bending. Goal here is if you think about your ribs running horizontally across your body, well, they're kind of more at an angle, but pretend they're horizontal. You want to think about opening up, creating space through each and every rib. And slowly come back through center. You're going to plant down through that left hand. Right hand is going to sweep up and over. Beautiful stretch to that right side of your body. And then slowly come all the way back up, hands on the knees, and close your eyes. And take a moment, settle into your calm. I know a lot of us feel like we have to be crazy to find calm. We have to go through the storm to find calm. But the more that we can get aware of the sensation of calm that we get after the storm, the easier it becomes for us to tap into calm anytime, anywhere, maybe even during the middle or the start of that crazy storm. And take a nice big inhale here. And take an exhale out. You're going to slowly guide your knees together, supporting the back of the thighs. You're going to roll yourself all the way down onto your back, or transitioning your way into a space that feels restful, that feels comfortable. I know in yoga, traditionally we rest laying on our backs. I know this isn't safe, it isn't comfortable for everyone. So take that shape where you feel really supported, really at ease. And then close your eyes. And as you start to settle into this final meditation, this final place of rest, with the eyes closed, I want you to imagine, and I know you can imagine this, you know, after, especially here in Vancouver, after it's rained all day, there's been a crazy storm, when the sun starts to peek through the clouds and it starts to get brighter, and you go outside and everything smells fresh and everything smells clean. And that sunshine just feels so much better after going through that storm. I want you to imagine that, draw that in. Can you smell that fresh smell of rain? Can you feel the warmth of that new sun on your skin? Can you take this, can you almost bottle this up, this sensation, this image? And when things get really crazy, when you find yourself in the middle of that mental, emotional, or real life storm, can you close your eyes and can you breathe for a few seconds to find yourself this calm? Yes, you're strong enough to weather it. Yes, you're capable enough of getting through it. But what if we have our own ability to actually pause that storm, to break through, to create that own part in the clouds, to create that own sense of warmth, of freshness, no matter where or how crazy that storm may be. I'm going to leave you guys in this place of rest. You let the song play out. You soak up as much of this imagery, as much of this deep breathing as you need. But we will close our time together with one big breath. So take the biggest, fullest inhale you've taken all day. And then take a big exhale. Go ahead and let it go. Thanks you guys so much for practicing with me. Again, my name is Haley. If you guys have any questions, any comments, it's always best to reach out to me at Instagram. It'll be linked on the description box below. If you're in Vancouver and want to take a class or come see me in the clinic, you can find that information as well. Otherwise, take such good care of yourselves, you guys, and I will see you in the next video.